Yo, Snap Turtle in the truck. What's up, folkers? What's good? It's been raining all day. Beautiful thing. We'll see. See how long it lasts. But this is what's supposed to happen, right? When we have an El Nino season, this rain is supposed to be constant and it's supposed to last. And there shouldn't be too many breaks between rainy days. But you know, this is Southern California. Salute, brethren. Salute to me, brethren. Derek Williams was good. So, yeah, like I was saying, man, it's nice and rainy day. It's been raining all day. As you can see, the light poles ain't working. You know, that's what happens sometimes when the water gets into the volts, the electrical volts, shorts things out, and they got to fix it. So there'll probably be brownouts all over the place. Brother Derek, I hope you're safe on that train trip. You know what I'm saying? Shake the man's hand for me too, man, when you get there. Yeah. So I'm going to get into the wonderful 116th Congress that we voted into office this past November, and how the Democrats have the majority, and many of them are talking mad shit, including about how they want to just do a mandatory buyback of all the guns in the country, like Australia did. Yep, you heard me. You got other people saying ban all the guns, in Congress. Just idiotic rhetoric coming out of their mouths, right? So they already putting legislation together to make things like that happen. But if you know anything about politics, and I know a little bit, it's not going to be that easy for them, all right? Because in order to pass laws, you have to go through the Congress. First, it goes through the House of Representatives, right? Then it has to go through the Senate, and then it has to be approved by the president, all right? Now, the legislation they're trying to pass now, the shit they're going to push through is going to be extreme, and it's going to be retarded, and it's not going to make any sense, and it's not meant to. It's not meant to. Listen, they know what's up. They know the real deal. These people, just a bill. Yeah, just a bill. It's just a bill. But the shit they're gonna pass or they're gonna push through is gonna be extreme with this gun control shit. Okay, it's gonna be extreme. It's gonna be ridiculous. It's not gonna make any sense, and it's not gonna do anything to stop gun crime if it passes. Right? Was good, Charlie. Charlie Kilo was good. If it's not gonna do much good, and they're not expecting this shit to pass. What they're doing is they're testing us. All right, they're testing the people. Actually, they're testing the people to see how they respond to legislation that ridiculous. Okay, so what's going to happen? Well, they're going to introduce all these ridiculous bills. None of it is going to get through the Senate. Okay, none of it's going to get through the Senate. And if something does, the president is going to veto it. Now, this is the deal. There's going to be a lot of outrage from the people, and they're going to get on the Senate's head. They're going to get on Trump's head for not passing common sense gun control, okay, law. And what does that do? Okay, well, it enrages the people so that the next election in 2020, they're going to vote majority Congress, majority Senate, and we might even get for Democrat, right? Left wing Democrat, left wing Congress, left wing Senate, and possibly even a Democratic president, all right, and they're going to have full control of the government. That's when they're going to push this shit through again, and it's going to pass. Understand the games that these people play. It's kabuki theater, okay? The left-right dichotomy is false, real false. That's why you never see a third or fourth party getting even close to doing anything. What's up, Sister Stacy? Thank you for riding with me on my way home last night. So, if we get a left-wing Congress, a left-wing Senate, and a left-wing president in 2020, well, they're going to pass all this shit, and when they start killing people who are not getting up their guns, and once they go into martial law and start entering your homes, because let me tell you something. What did I say? What did I say? The Second Amendment goes first. First Amendment goes second, and everything else follows. They're already fucking with the Fourth Amendment, okay, with the Patriot Act. And we know this because now any old random Joe can call the police and say, oh, this person is dangerous with a gun, and then go get your shit. All right. So in some states, the Fourth Amendment no longer applies. All right. So that's already pretty much going. It's on the way out. All right. Once that First Amendment goes, what do you think is next? Well, I'm just speculating, but it could possibly be the 13th Amendment that's next, followed by the 14th and the 15th. And, that's when it's going to get real. That's when it's going to get real. Only this time, it's not just going to be black folks that are slaves, right? It's going to be anyone who bucks the system, who goes against the New World Order. So, yeah. And these Antifa people, let me tell you something, man. And I always talk about the hypocrisy of the left wing anti-gun nuttiness, okay? Because they run around talking about how dangerous guns are, but they have people protecting them that own firearms, okay? Some of these people are actors. They're acting in movies, shooting shit up without a problem, and they're getting paid millions of dollars, okay, to run around with a machine gun, blowing shit up, killing people, slitting throats, all that shit in the movies. These are the people that are telling you that civilians shouldn't have guns. But I can guarantee you, all these elite people have hundreds of guns in their homes, okay? And it's to protect them from people like us who might decide to one day rise up and take what's ours, take our power back, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, man, these left-wing elite people, they don't give a shit about you, all right? They got too much money to give a shit about you. They are part of the club. They are part of that Illuminati. They are part of the occult, all right? They all have the same mission. So of course they have to join in this theater known as American politics. All right, when we really know that the people that control this country, they're not even part of the government. They're not into politics. They're capitalists. They're bankers. They're actors. Okay, many of them are actors. Many of them are music executives. Music executives. These are the people that run this country. Okay, Israel. Let me tell y'all something about Israel. And while we're in the Middle East right now, we're in the Middle East fighting their wars. Okay, every move we have made in the Middle East was at the push of a button in Netanyahu's office. Okay, every single one. Now, many believe that the attack of 9/11 was in part orchestrated, or maybe even spearheaded by the Israelis. I wouldn't put it past them. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't put it past them. But we all know that was a fucking hack job, right? If we have eyes into, if we know how to discern, we know that the attacks on 9/11, that was some shit. That was orchestrated. That was planned years in advance, decades in advance. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all know Supertramp? Y'all know who Supertramp is? It's like one of those soft rock bands, but they have an album called Breakfast in America. Okay, look at the album cover of Breakfast in America. All right, Google it. Google it. Right, and then on your phone, and then hold the phone up to a mirror. Okay, now that album came out, I believe, in '89 or something like that, or '79. I don't remember exactly. But hold that cover up in front of a mirror, and you'll see what's what. All right, you'll see the skyline of New York City, Manhattan. Okay, you'll see where the P is. Okay, listen, just look at it. I can't explain it right now, but Supertramp, Breakfast in America, hold it up to a mirror, the cover. All right, and then take the promotional cover and look in the top right cover, or top right corner of the promotional cover of the Supertramp album. All right, listen, Israel is the key. Yes, I saw somebody say earlier about Israel teachers in Israel carrying guns. Well, guess what? They exercise their own Second Amendment in Israel to a T. To a T. They don't play out there. Civilians can own guns in Israel, and they do. They don't play. They don't play. In Switzerland, okay, every home has to have an assault rifle with mad ammunition. Okay. Now the ammunition, the government issued ammunition has to be locked away. They can't use that. They can use their own ammunition, but that military ammunition, that NATO ammunition, in Switzerland, the owners they have to lock it up. Okay, and they only can use it when it comes time for war because you can't use up all the ammo and be out. If somebody invades your country, you can't fight back. In Switzerland, one of the happiest countries on earth, by law, and you have to hold thousands of rounds of ammo in your house, and it has to be locked away, and you can only use it, like I said, in an event of an invasion or war on your front doorstep. Law, okay? How many mass shootings occur in Switzerland? I want somebody to do the homework. Get happiest and the richest. I'm thinking, I've thought about it 100 times moving to Switzerland, and it, ironically, is one of the friendliest countries to black folks, along with Spain. There's a country in Spain by the coast that love black folks, but I love this land too much. Not many exactly. Now we're talking about a country. Okay, Switzerland is like the neutral country. Okay, you know that's where they have the Geneva Convention and all the other stuff. You know, if people, different leaders of different countries go there to hash out issues. Well, it may only make sense that this law is in effect, the having to own that assault rifle. Okay, and I don't think it's just one rifle. I think it's everyone of conscription age. Okay, in Switzerland has to own this rifle. Okay, not just per home. Every age fighting or fighting age man has to own one, and every man when they turn 18, they got to join the military. Yeah, Swiss neutrality, exactly. So why is the most neutral country on this earth? Why do they have this law? Because they are well aware of the bullshit that goes on between all these powerhouses. They know because they're right there. They are privy to all kind of shit. They have Swiss banks where you can bank freely. Okay, let me tell you something about Switzerland, man. They know what they're doing. So, how many mass shootings in Switzerland? I'm going to look that up. It's probably not many. And they also, speaking of Switzerland and Sweden and countries like that, their schooling system is completely different than ours. Okay, you know what the goal of the schools are in these countries? For the children to be happy. All right, not to pass some standardized test or be the or prove that they're the smartest people in the country in the world. That's not no. We can learn a lot from the Swiss, not the Australians. Are you kidding me? Okay, Australia did a buyback. Okay, that didn't stop anybody from killing people. Okay, with knives and shit, and they still get a hold of guns. This is what I'm saying. This gun grab is retarded. Okay, that they're going to be commencing. Swiss cheese. Oh man, y'all crazy. But yeah, so it's important for us to understand and look at that because they want us to look at Japan all the time, right? They want us to look at Japan and say, "Oh, Japan outlawed firearms and semi-automatic weapons. Australia did it." But let's look at Japan. Japan is a completely different culture than America. It has a completely different culture. All right, it's an island. All right, it's surrounded by water, and no one wants to go to Japan. Like very few people look at Japan as a land of opportunity and flood in there and criminals and all that stuff. They have crime. Don't get it twisted. All right. What I'm saying is this: Japan is for the most part a homogenous society. That means most of its people are actual Japanese, full-blood Japanese, and they all share in the same culture. There's no animosity between different groups like there is here in the United States. And let me tell you, if you want to live like a robot and all that shit, go to Japan. Go ahead, go to Japan. If you want to go to these countries where they don't have guns or they can't have guns, go there. All right. Don't try to turn the United States into them. Just go there and live there. You be all right. That's how I look at it. Um, but like I said, they're gonna bring a lot of bills about. Okay, they're gonna write a lot of bills. They're gonna be ridiculous, and anybody with a brain, they're gonna say this shit will never pass. All right, anyone with a brain. But the people that live on fear and fall into fear a lot and are easily fooled into being afraid all the time, they're gonna love this shit. Okay, you have on one hand you have certain Democrats saying that the police need more power and less regulation, right? Now, Republicans say that all the time, but you have more and more Democrats saying that. And then on the other hand, you hear some of those same Democrats saying civilians shouldn't own guns at all. So you want to give the police more power and us less. What does that then create? A police state. We're already halfway into a police state right now. They're just trying to complete the fucking transition. I'm telling y'all, man. So, you know, one of my cousins was anti-gun, right? He was anti-gun, And because he worked on a cruise ship and was traveling the world all the time, I couldn't really sit down with him and explain to him why he was retarded. Okay, but he came to visit, and so I decided to take him to the firing range. Right? I said, you know what? Let's go to the range. Let me teach you how to shoot a gun. That's what I did. And then on the way there, I'm talking to him about the real deal, about gun control and the safe use of firearms, and I'm telling him how millions of people own firearms, but there aren't millions of shootings every day. And I'm just explaining shit, common sense shit. And then we get there to the range, and I'm teaching them, and look, when I pick up the gun, I don't automatically turn into a serial killer or a murderer. Okay, I don't. The gun doesn't get up, doesn't levitate into the air and start killing people. All right. When I put the gun down, the gun doesn't do anything. It's an inanimate object. It doesn't have a soul. It doesn't have a brain. He started realizing this. Okay. And when he fired the gun, he realized the gun only fires at what it's points at. The only thing that the gun hits is what it's pointed at. Are there accidental discharges sometimes? Yes. Yes. I've seen many on video. I saw a cop go to a class, go to a school and speak in front of a classroom, shot himself in the leg. Okay? It happens, man. If I set a mousetrap and I forget that it was there and I reach into that same spot where the mousetrap is, will I get my finger fucking clamped on? Yes, it's an accident. It's a tool. Okay? I busted my finger up with a hammer one time. Okay? I know there are people who fall on a construction site. All right, you'll people have fell into a pit of rebar, got impaled, and died. Okay, shit happens, man. Yes, are guns using suicides? Yes, they are. Is the absence of the gun going to stop that person from committing suicide? No. You know what? You know what's going to stop that person from committing suicide? A conversation with someone who cares, someone who understands them and understands what they're going through, and talks to them like a human being. Someone who treats them like they're worth something. Many people who are suicidal smile a lot. They talk the most shit. They're happy all the time. But every now and then they'll say something that'll have you like, what? You have to pay attention to those type of people because they're hiding something. Okay? Same could be said for homicidal people or, or people that commit. Listen, in regards to these mass murders, these mass shootings, red flags like a big flag. Norm. All right? But that's what happens with people who this false flag law they have is being abused. Now you don't even have to prove that they threatened someone. You can just say they did. But when mass shooters actually prove that they want to do harm in media and, getting the times, okay, people finding illegal firearms and all kind of shit, meth, they get let free. When one guy went to the FBI and said My bad. So yeah, I don't even remember what I was saying. Um, oh yeah, red flags. The red flag law being abused, and how people who actually give off red flags get away to do major harm. So listen, this shit's gonna come down. All right, it's gonna be dumb, stupid. They're not gonna expect it to pass right now. What they are gonna expect, what actually might happen is a something tragic. Okay, I don't want nothing like that to happen. But you know, I just want us to think about this. You understand? We don't need more restrictive. Yeah, not good. So when this shit comes down, man, I want y'all to educate people. Okay, if you agree with me about this. Okay, I think I was talking about my cousin. I took him to the range. He let off a few rounds, and I explained to him some common sense things about gun ownership and gun laws. Do I think Sandy Hook was a false flag? Yes, to a degree. See, this is what people don't understand, and this is why they tried to sue Alex Jones. Okay, because they don't understand. A false flag does not mean that no one died and that there was no casualties. Okay, a false flag means that the reason and the way they said it was done is false. It doesn't mean it didn't happen. Okay, that's a hoax. A hoax means that it's fake. A false flag means that it actually happened and it was orchestrated by conspirators who put out a different narrative, okay, than what actually happened. Yes, I believe that's what happened in Sandy Hook. I believe that's what happened in the Pulse nightclub shooting. I believe that's what happened in the Parkland shooting in Florida. Yeah, why is he laughing? It happened in Las Vegas. And Las Vegas is a cold one. That's cold. What happened in Vegas? Ooh, that was that was they pulled some shit off that was ridiculous. Okay, go look at Sister Cash Me Out channel. She has a video that deals with the Vegas shooting, and this sister knows how to compile information and compile videos, compile all audio like no other. She is the researcher extraordinaire. Go check out Sister Cash Me Out and look at that video she did on the Vegas shooting. Okay, it is yo. When I say that they pulled off the greatest theater, the, that was probably the best false flag they ever had. Go check that out. Okay, and they're going to need more false flags, and they're going to need control of the Senate and control of the House and control the presidency of the executive branch. Okay, um, because they can't do it now because that would the kabuki theater would be figured out. Like they would know. Okay, this whole left right dichotomy is bullshit. They would know. We would know as people that our political system is flawed and needs to change. But they need control of the House. They need complete control of the left wing. They need complete control of every branch. Okay, um, executive, judicial, and legislative. Okay, right now they don't have control of the judicial because of